Have you ever felt like life is testing you more than usual? As if there's some kind of invisible trial like the universe is asking? So what now? Do you really want this? If your answer is yes, maybe this video is the turning point you didn't know you were looking for. There are days when life pushes you up against the wall. Days when the weight is so heavy, you feel like there's nowhere to run. If you believe that winning is all about working harder, sacrificing more, sleeping less. But what if I told you that effort alone doesn't decide your victory? What if I told you that it all depends on giving yourself internal permission to receive? Do you believe that? Or is part of you still convinced that it's all about bleeding for it and just hoping? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why so many smart, hardworking, and talented people stay stuck in the same place. Life doesn't ask if you're ready. It just happens. One day everything feels under control, and the next, it's like the ground vanishes beneath your feet. I've heard stories of fathers who lost everything and suddenly found themselves alone with young children not knowing what to do. Mothers who ran away with only what they could carry in their arms. Young people who woke up and realized, I'm drowning in debt, with no support and no way out. Now let me ask you, have you ever lived through a moment like that? A day that completely changed the direction of your life? These people didn't have time to wait for motivation. They acted while tired, unsure, with no guarantee it would work out. But here, something maybe no one else ever told you. Action alone. ISNT enough. You can work 14 hours a day and still remain stuck. Do you know why? Because what moves your life forward isn't just what you do. It's the internal state you in when you do it. Some people have intelligence, talent, discipline, still don't succeed. Do you know someone like that? Or is it you? And no, it's not just bad luck. It's internal programming. Beliefs, fears, and memories that shape what you believe you deserve. It might be something you heard about money when you were a child. Could be a trauma. Maybe you saw someone close to you lose everything and started to associate wealth with pain. And until that's healed, life is like a cracked mirror. No matter how much you try to polish it, the reflection will always be distorted. And yet, even in the chaos, there's a voice in you that believes. Have you felt that voice? It's not just a feel-good quote from social media. It's instinct saying, you were born for more. But that voice can only change your life when your internal state changes. It's not about thinking positive for 5 minutes and then self-sabotaging the rest of the day. It's not about repeating, I am rich without believing it. It's about aligning emotion and intention until acting like someone who already deserves becomes natural. Tell me, who do you need to become to receive what you want? Badada? Because prosperity is an inner game before it ever becomes external. By the way, if this message is speaking to you so far, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. So that way you don't miss content that helps you evolve from the inside out. Here's a simple path you can start right now. First, choose a clear goal. It's not something vague, something you can picture in detail. Second, cut out what drains your energy. And I know something just came to mind. Third, prove today that this time is different. It doesn't have to be big, but it needs to be symbolic. If your goal is financial, let me ask you, do you feel guilty for wanting more money? Because if you do, that guilt is already sabotaging you. I met a woman who only began to prosper after forgiving her father, whom she blamed for their poverty. A man who tripled his income when he decided it was okay to be wealthy and safe. And a young man who only managed to save money after realizing he didn't have to feel bad for having more than his parents. The key is not out there, it's inside. That's why right now, I want you to pause and write in the comments. Today date, I began. I give myself permission to prosper. This isn't just a nice quote, it's a public contract. When you write it down, you commit to it. When you come back 3 months from now and read what you wrote, you'll remember that was the moment everything started to change. Think about it. Your worst version has built your story up until now, but your best version will build what comes next. The money, the opportunities, the peace, they already exist. They're just waiting for you to become the person capable of receiving them. And maybe that journey has already begun, right now, as you listen to me. So answer me, is today the day you begin? Or are you going to wait for life to make another full circle before you give yourself permission to win? Let's reflect on this again. Your worst version built the story so far, survived nights you thought you wouldn't make it through, cried in silence, swallowed humiliation, carried guilt that wasn't yours, and yet, it's here. But your best version is still waiting for your permission to be born. And once it's born, nothing will stop it. That version doesn't apologize for dreaming big. It doesn't ask for permission to prosper. It doesn't dim its light to fit into the space others offer. It creates its own space. It builds. It leads. It inspires. The money already exists. The opportunities already exist. The peace you seek already exists. All of it is spinning around you right now, just waiting for you to reach out and say, I am ready. And if you think it's too late, that you've missed your time, let me tell you something you need to hear. The perfect moment doesn't exist. The breakthrough won't fall from the sky. You don't need luck. You need a decision, because decision changes everything. It doesn't wait for courage to appear. It creates courage. And that's why, if you're still here listening, I want you to make a pact with yourself. Write it in the comments, jot it on paper, record it on your phone, whatever works for you, but make it real. Today, date I began. I give myself permission to prosper. Nothing can stop me. And months from now, when you look back and see what you've built, you'll remember this moment. You'll remember that it was here, exactly here, that the old you died, and the new you was born. Now tell me, will you leave this video the same person who started it? Or will you leave as the version of you that will change absolutely everything? If this message moved you, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. It's free, and it lets the algorithm know this content matters. Let's grow together.